I'm exhausted for all the work I've done the last 10 days in a row. I'm like so done.
Working like crazy. Hi, Stacy. So I'm gonna mute everyone. I'm just gonna try to make this fast since I have to get going since I'm supposed to be at a graduation. But honestly, it's just a general overview. I've been looking over everyone's profiles. Some people I've already talked to and kind of like touch base on what you can do to get you where you need to be. But honestly, I've been doing trainings with Chloe the last few days and stuff just because I've been picking her brain to help kind of grow our network more. And there's some really good things that I've been kind of going on. So as far as like getting you guys to where you want to go, because there's so many people that are going to be hitting their bonuses this month, I want to like help you get there even faster. And so we're in a business of attraction marketing. So we're in a business that is supposed to be network marketing. It comes down to networking yourself. That's what the point of this industry is. So don't mind me, I'm going to be getting ready and not like really joking. But you guys, what I'm going to just do a rundown of my day and kind of what it looks like. And it doesn't have to be exactly like this. But Facebook has algorithms. So if you do like, you'll catch the tricks of it, but there was a video in the Good Vibe Tribe that they did recently. But I want everyone to start trying to do some type of self-development when they can, even if it's like 2 to 3 times a week. Or, you know, I start my day out because I see a huge difference when I do it versus when I don't. I want you to pour into yourself before you try to pour into others, for one, because that's so important to being able to get your mind in the right frame of mind, because anyone can do this business. It comes down to your mindset first and foremost. And then second of all, when it comes to social media, I'm seeing people like post, and I'm not saying it's any of you guys in particular. I'm either seeing people not being consistent with their posting and not posting at all for like days or weeks or anything, or I'm seeing people not post at all, or I'm seeing people when they are posting, their posts are like sales. So it's like product pictures only. They're not edited. They're talking about how I'll give you money long. It sounds like a sales ad. And then people won't be attracted to that. People will not want to know more about it because you're just being like everyone else in this industry. And so one thing that my team, I really train you guys on is being attraction marketing, having people want to know what brings you in. So what I do on a daily, do not add more than 3 to 5 people a day. Like 3 to 7 is max, really. Because if you add more than that, Facebook's going to really screw up your algorithm. And then it's going to really, I'm trying to mute people, sorry. It's going to screw up your algorithm where you post and stuff, don't get as much exposure. And then if you add those people and you see that they're good quality people based off of their pictures, how they post, if they're only sharing videos all day and every day, you don't want those type of people. Honestly, like maybe as customers, but you want people that have like-minded, like that you, I'm not trying to say judge a book by its cover, but I know that sounds bad, but you want people that are going to be motivated. And so, and like that aren't complaining about life. So I go through and look at people's like posts and stuff for a few days and see how they're posting. And I add them based off of that. And I add about 7 people a day at the most. And then what I do is I go through and I like and comment on those people's posts. I start building relationships with people and letting them see my name and see me out there before anything. And then they start getting involved in my stuff. They start, you know, interacting on my lives, interacting on my posts. And from there, I just keep building. And then eventually, you know, if I see that they were out, you know, I'll comment on stuff. When I start building those relationships, people start watching me more, which makes them curious about what I do. Like you see me, you know, with my son, you see me at the football field, you see me out to eat or having fun or whatever it may be. People want to know what you're doing. They'll get interested by that, and they'll ask you by the more you have a bloggish looking post, or the more you have something that hits somebody's heart. Like when I go live, I get real raw. Like I have no problem being honest and open about my, you know, situations or what's going on if I'm having a bad day, because people do too. And the more you interact and are able to be relatable, the more people will trust you and want to be a part of what you're doing. Because we're in a business of industry where we're in network marketing, so your job is to talk to people in the first place. Second of all, if you're not networking the right way and growing a brand and finding out what's you, so, Hannah, she's in the military, was in the military for quite some time, so she's relatable in that aspect. Sabrina, you have a son, you're relatable in that aspect. Stacy, you're a realtor and have a daughter, you're relatable in that aspect. So find your niche and interact in that aspect too. Make your profile represent you. So if you go to like mine or Megan's or M's or anyone's profile, Hannah's and stuff, you see what they're about from the first few moments that you look at their profile. And people become curious. Like on mine, I have a picture, a statement picture where it's a crisp, clean white background. I'm not saying everyone has to have it like that, but I have a crisp, clean background. I have a general statement about my family and my life. And then I have pictures that represent the most to me and a statement that stands out. So when people look at me and look at my profile, they're intrigued. They're like, oh, I want to follow her, or I want to add her as a friend. She looked like someone that I would be interested watching. That kind of concept. And I know that sounds so like ridiculous sometimes, and I'm not trying to sound like, materialistic, not materialistic, but you have to be like that. But when you start finding what brands you though and working it into your style, it will work out better for you to grow your network. Because then you'll find more people that are interested in what you do as a business. And then as far as like sealing the deal, and as far as like having conversations, when you interact with people, and Hannah can be the first one that will say that, when you interact with people, you start to have like a friendship or a rapport that you built. And Hannah's very good at this. She went 12K in less than a month and a half. She earned a luxury car bonus, and she replaced her, mortgage for almost a month or two. And so you guys, the weekly paychecks are there when you put the work in. But when you switch your mindset and you make it about helping others on not making it about yourself, I guarantee yourself will reward itself. Like my job is to help you guys. I don't care about my checks because my checks will work itself out. If I'm getting you guys to your bonuses, if I'm getting you guys making, like 5-digit income every week or more, that's what matters to me. Because you don't understand what this residual income and the opportunity that you can make on a weekly basis is ridiculous. There's no industry that you can go anywhere that can produce millionaires like multi-marketing can, straight up. And it all comes down to your work ethic. Being consistent is the only way that it will show in your business, straight up. If I can say anything, consistency is key. Being passionate is key, and being confident. So when you're having those conversations, you don't need to know what you're doing if you're new, but utilize your resources. So reach out to me, include me in your group chats. Let's get you on a Zoom. Let's get you, in a 3-way call, whatever it may be, to help whoever is your potential get passionate and see. Because if you have that conversation, you have a good tone of voice, or you're posting that shows like how your life is evolving, even if you're not making commission yet, or even if you're not making where you want to be yet, it's not about that. It's about that you still have an option that you're building to be able to have what you want. Speak your goals into existence. I want everyone to write down some goals that they want for this May and where they see themselves being in the next 3 months. Do you still want to be where you're at in 3 months from now? And if that's the case, write some crazy big ass goals. I swear to God, when you manifest that into life and you see that every day and you speak that into life, it will happen. I told Ariel and I told Katie, I'm going 200K by July, straight up. And I 100% believe I'm going to, because I see what I'm capable of and I know what I'm capable of. And it's the confident aspect of it. You guys, I didn't know what I was doing when I started, but sure as heck utilize everything I can to make sure I got there. So when you guys do, I know it's confusing sometimes with social media, confusing how to have a conversation with people, and be able to grow that way and brand yourself, or it's hard to be hey, I want to add random strangers on my social media. I know that's weird, but get past that. Do things that are outside your comfort zone. And hang on one sec. Boyfriend's still watching TV while we're supposed to be getting ready and leaving. Anyway, so my point is I'm supposed to be at ASU at 7. But I just want you guys to realize that I am here as a resource, and I'm here all day, every day, anytime you need me, but I'm not going to do the work for you. And Hannah knows this. Hannah went running. She put her blinders on and just went running and didn't care what people thought. So if you ever need to utilize like tips, Hannah can answer questions on conversations and stuff like that. She's very good at the rapport part of it and very good about building. I'm more of the seal the deal person sometimes, and she's the rapport person on that. But utilize me, utilize anything. Look at people's like posts, look at people's profiles and see how they represent themselves and they're building a brand. And then take your training videos when you can, take bits and pieces, take notes, write goals down. But I guarantee you guys, you have an opportunity of going 4K. So let me just put this in perspective. Right now, with you buying the $200 or $800 or $400 or $800 pack, it's giving you triple volume. An opportunity to get 1,600 in volume or 800 in volume. That's like 3 to 5 people that you would need. And I'm just going to be honest. One of the girls that just was on my team, I'm not even going to name names because she's probably going to watch this soon. But I didn't know her at all. Never had a conversation with her at all until like Wednesday when I went live. That day I was crying, like pretty much said I was like crying. I was in the car, like no makeup. I was driving all crazy. That day, I don't know if anyone watched that, but she watched that, and because of whatever I talked about and just being honest, she joined my company and spent quite a bit of money. And she's never met me before. And it's because I was not scared to ask. Because the opportunity that you get with those upgraded packs right now, especially with the bonuses you guys have on the line, takes 3 people or 4 people to go. I'm not good at math, but like 4 people, if you buy the $400 pack, that's like 800 in volume each time. And then 1,600 in volume, you would literally have your 4K bonus right there. And that's huge. That's guaranteed income coming in. 12K gives you a vehicle that's paid for, or $300 a month. So if you don't want to buy a luxury vehicle, you don't want something of that nature, and you don't want to have the $800 a month they give you for that, you can get guaranteed $300 a month that you did not have. So you guys, there's just so much momentum, but it comes down to your passion and your fire and utilizing me and everything you can, because posting is hard at first and it will get easier, I promise, but that's how you're marketing your business. That's your business, guys, is networking. So figure out which way you want to do it. Find yourself, find what represents you, and utilize that, you know. So I'm going to get going. I'll record this, and anyone has questions, just message me directly, and then we can go from there with anything you guys need, okay? Thank you.